I'm Cliff Minsley, and this is my brother Brad. We're the owners of 10 Federal. We're excited to announce our third offering in an amount of $30 million. Here at 10 Federal, we seek to add value in three main ways. The first way is to introduce sophisticated management to properties that traditionally had unsophisticated management practices. The second value proposition is that we believe there will be value in creating a portfolio of properties that are alike, and as that portfolio grows, so should the value. The third way is by, in a lot of ways, this is the most important value proposition, is implementing technology to improve the efficiency of management. Technology is absolutely essential in how we manage our portfolio of self-storage properties. When we first got into the self-storage marketplace, there were not many technologies immediately available to 10 Federal. So out of necessity, we created many of them. Examples of those technologies include the Da Vinci lock, which is a self-service lock that goes on a tenant's unit to help compel payment, but also allows the tenant to remove that lock anytime, 24/7, 365. We've also developed a market analyzer that helps inform how we make decisions on what rents to charge for specific units in a marketplace. And we've also developed a rent roll analyzer that allows us to get down into the weeds and we can make informed decisions about how we should increase tenant rental rates without driving down vacancy. What's exciting is that those technologies are not available to the mom and pop operators, and for that reason, we have a significant competitive advantage.
So we've got all these great technologies we've developed. Let me characterize for you how we use that to really add value. I'm going to use an analogy of a pot of water. So if you think of a self-storage facility as a pot of water, and our goal is to increase the revenue of a property, I'm going to equate that to raising the temperature of the water in the pot. So a mom and pop, they just don't have a lot of tools at their disposal to raise the rents, effectively heat that water. That's where our technology comes into play. When you incorporate an online marketing plan with the ability to rent units online through our website, with a kiosk software we've developed, with a video call center interface to welcome customers to our stores, with a work order application we developed that lets us be very responsive to customer needs. All these things together let us improve the performance of that property, improve the customer experience, get more renters, and effectively raise the temperature of that water, which is the equivalent of raising the revenue. Now, this is where things start to get interesting. We have 54 properties totaling a little bit over 2 million square feet across 12 states. And we've been doing this for 6 years. That is now a pretty good size set of data. And we can go back and take that data and we put it into a multivariable regression analysis tool we've developed that lets us really quantify, if you will, the temperature of the water. So we know to what degree are the mom and pops underperforming the market. We actually know to a pretty high degree of confidence how much we're going to be able to improve that performance. And now it even goes a step further. We, for the last 2 years, have been developing this massive data science project that has over 17,000 stores in it now, going back 15 years with all the rental rates, occupancies, underlying characteristics such as area household income or population density. And we've done all this regression analysis, and that tool lets us look at how the market's doing and where that market's going to be in a couple of years. So if you go back to our pot of water where you've got the temperature that the mom and pop is starting at, the temperature we believe we can get it to, we can then forecast where that market's going to be. And so in total, we get a really good idea of how much revenue we can increase on that property. And it goes from just being an educated guess to something that actually has a quantifiable confidence interval associated with it. And then there's one last aspect that big data science model allows us to do. If you invert it, if you think about it in reverse, we can go through that list of 17,000 facilities and we find the mom and pops that are operating at the lowest temperature. They represent the greatest opportunity for us to go acquire them because we know that we can increase their performance the most. And so using all these tools together, we are establishing a proven track record of adding value that we believe we can only carry forward to an even greater degree in the future.
So it's important to discuss how technology has influenced our performance. Prior to this equity offering, we had two other equity offerings. For the portfolios of those properties in 2020, the first offering, the value of its rent roll increased just over 14%, and the value of the second portfolio of properties, the second offering, increased just over 9% for 2020. Keep in mind, we're a technology-based company and we rent a lot of our units in an unmanned fashion. When compared to the public equity REITs, their 2020 same-store year-over-year growth was actually negative 0.5%. So I think that those performance metrics help illustrate how our platform has done and how it's been resilient even in tumultuous times like the year of COVID. One other thing to mention is that we have exited from 2 properties in the first offering, and those IRRs on those individual specific properties were 54% and 65% respectively. So we hope that those figures demonstrate the confidence and the value that this model creates.
Thank you for your interest in 10 Federal's third equity offering. If you have any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to reach out.